The infamous Empress of Russia, Catherine the Great, led the Russian Empire during the 18th century, who was not only famous for her powerful reign, but also due to her extraordinary jewelry collection. Today we're here with the most precious jewelry pieces that were once owned by Catherine the Great Imperial Crown of Russia. When talking about the jewels of Catherine the Great, it's a must to start with the most alluring jewelry piece in her collection, the Great Imperial Crown of Russia, an iconic crown jewel with an unmatched influence. The Russian monarchy used this crown for more than 2 centuries, starting from 1762 until the abolition of the monarchy in 1917. But guess who used it for the first time in the Russian courts? It was none other than Catherine the Great, as it was used in her coronation handed by the court jeweler Eckhart and Jeremy in 1762. As one of the most decorated crown jewels in the world, the Great Imperial Crown of Russia had more than 4,936 diamonds, with around 37 large white pearls. The centerpiece of this crown jewels is one of the 7 historic stones of the Russian diamond collection, which is a large spinel that weighs around 398.72 carats, an absolute wonder of nature. This large ruby on top of the crown came from Tajikistan, adding more significance to the crown. And it's also worth mentioning here that the Great Imperial Crown of Russia was one of the jewels that remained in the Kremlin during the Communist Revolution. This crown is a perfect reflection of the craftsmanship of the era and the wealth of the Russian Empire. The crown's last public appearance as a monarch appeared in 1906 with Nicholas II's opening of the Duma. The Nupital Crown. Another iconic crown of the Russian Empire is the Nupital Crown from the 19th century. But how it links with Catherine the Great. The Nupital Crown was made in 1884 from diamonds that were once part of the jewels commissioned by Catherine the Great in 1767. The crown is decorated with a whopping 320 diamonds, which weigh around 182 carats. And that's not it. The crown is further flooded with about 1,200 smaller diamonds that weigh 82 carats, not only making the crown extremely heaving, but a perfect example of the Russian wealth and love for jewels. The Nupital Crown was made using part of the diamond lapel of the Emperor Paul II's sleeveless jacket and kaftan. Interesting, right? And what if we tell you that this crown was also worn in a famous wedding of the Russian Empire? Empress Alexandra Feodorovna married Nicholas II in 1894 and adorned this crown as a major part of her wedding. If you're wondering where to have a live look at this iconic crown, you'll need to travel to the Russian Sacred Arts Gallery at Hillwood Estate, Museum and Garden. Trust us, it's worth traveling to this place to just get a glimpse of this crown and other fantastic jewels from the Russian Empire. Diamond necklace and Bowknot clasp. The bow diamond necklace is another exquisite piece of the Russian Empire, made from a row of 27 graded cushion-cut diamonds set perfectly in a silver band. The necklace features a border of smaller stones and a clasp of diamonds set in the shape of the ribbon, giving it a unique and elegant look. It is believed that Catherine the Great ordered this necklace during the 1760s. The surprising part about this jewelry piece is that the necklace consists of 2 separate jewels, a diamond necklace and a clasp with a shape of bow. Both of these jewels were often worn together. The elegant necklace showcases the decent choice of the Russian empresses when it was about wearing the finest jewelry in some of the most high-profile events during her reign. It is believed to be one of her favorite jewelry pieces in the collection. Emerald and Diamond Suite. Next on the list we have the Emerald and Diamond Suite, a jewelry piece that symbolizes her status as Empress of Russia. The suite was created during her reign in the late 18th century. The suite of earrings, necklace and tiara featured large emeralds which are perfectly set in diamonds. The combination of these gems was not only a display of wealth, but also a keen political statement. Emeralds were known for giving a key, powerful image of her image. The centerpiece of the emerald and diamond necklace is a large octagonal step-cut domed emerald. There are a total of 14 cushion-cut diamonds and 13 square or rectangular step-cut emeralds in the necklace. The two pendant earrings perfectly match one another in all its features. The pendants and necklaces look like a match made in heaven. Catherine the Great wore the emerald and diamond suite during state functions, as this piece of jewelry helped her solidify her regal presence at the court. Back at that time, emeralds were believed to have the power to protect the royals against the evil spells and possessions by demons, making this an important jewel for a prominent ruler like Catherine the Great. Amethyst and diamond ear pendants. Reflecting on her sophisticated taste in gemstones, the amethyst and diamond ear pendants were an important part of Catherine's extensive jewelry collection. Amethyst is a rare gemstone known for its deep purple hue and is known as a valuable stone associated with royalty, strength, and spirituality. The pair of amethyst and diamond ear pendants were set in Siberian amethysts, which were made back in 1970 during the peak of Catherine's reign. The historic pair features girandole design, with each set with 3 pear-shaped amethyst that drops to the diamond foliate motif, and on top is the octagonal amethyst and diamond cluster surmount that steals the spotlight. The pendants are made from silver and gold, giving the perfect display of the wealth of Catherine the Great. As the Empress was deeply influenced by the European trends, these earrings exemplified the fashion of the time and her love for tasteful and extraordinary designs. The amethyst and diamond ear pendants were worn by Catherine the Great during formal events, portraits, and important family occasions to signify her imperial authority. Some believe that this was one of the most spookiest jewelry pieces in her collection. Well, if you look deeply into the amethysts, you'll surely have a similar feeling. Emerald and diamond earrings. The emerald and diamond earrings are a stunning example of Catherine's love for emeralds. This identical pair of emerald and diamond pendant earrings were once part of a complete suite that consisted of a matching emerald necklace and brooch. But the whereabouts of the other pieces remains unknown. Were they lost during her reign? Or were taken by thieves during the Russian Revolution, a period of political and social change in Russia that started in 1917? Nobody knows. And that's the reason that the remaining emerald and diamond earrings are invaluable to the people who love to have their hands on pieces from history. The earrings are believed to be in the Diamond Fund at the Kremlin's Armory Chamber. In the 18th century, the color contrast of vivid emeralds and white diamonds was considered to be a top-notch combination made for the royals. The earrings feature large, flawless emeralds encircled by diamonds, giving it the typical design of the 18th century. The historical significance of these earrings lie in their symbolic use as markers of Russian power and Catherine's personal wealth. She loved wearing these earrings during significant diplomatic events and royal functions, as these earrings acted as a symbol of her elegance and authority in a time when jewelry was an important tool of royal messaging. Diamond trimmings from the Russian crown jewels. One of the most unique jewelry pieces that once belonged to Catherine the Great was the diamond trimmings that were also part of the Russian crown jewels. Made by the Imperial court jeweler Louis David Duval especially for Catherine, these jewels form a series of diamond dress ornaments. These trimmings were made during the height of Russia's imperial magnificence in the 18th century. In this jewelry piece, diamonds were set in intricate patterns that were incorporated into the crown jewels. These trimmings reflect Catherine's desire to create an imperial image that was dazzling and formidable, the same as the empire she once governed. It's worth mentioning here that the Imperial court jeweler Duval formed part of a line of French émigré jewelers that were imported by Catherine to embellish her court with an array of dazzling jewels, diamond trimmings being an important part of it. As these trimmings featured high-quality diamonds, they would likely be worth tens of millions of dollars, but such remarkable pieces are rarely ever placed for sale. Emerald necklace. As a part of Catherine's priceless emerald collection, the iconic emerald necklace, originally weighing 107 carats, was without any doubt one of the most loved jewelry pieces of Catherine the Great. The necklace featured a rectangular cut emerald that was locally produced in Russia back in the 18th century. It is believed that Catherine wasn't able to fully enjoy this necklace in her collection, as she died soon after the possession of this jewelry piece. The emerald necklace then became a part of the collection of future Russian emperors, as in 1874, Alexander II presented the necklace to his daughter-in-law, Grand Duchess Maria Pavlova, who loved showcasing this exquisite jewelry piece in some of the most significant diplomatic parties. And the fun fact is that there's an actual surviving photo of this emerald necklace worn by Duchess Maria Pavlova that once belonged to Catherine the Great. After the Russian Revolution, the Duchess was put under house arrest, but she managed to escape to France in the 1920s. But before making the move, she hid some of her jewelry pieces in a safe in the Vladimir Palace. A smart move, right? Later, at her request, she requested British diplomat Bridie Stopford to smuggle the necklace out of the palace. What if we tell you that he dressed as a woman to get the entry into the palace? Well, that's what you have to do when you're on an important mission. Soon, Maria was able to get the necklace back in her possession, but as she passed away soon, the necklace was given to Cartier by her son. As now the necklace was out of the royal hands, the jewelry company made a controversial decision to cut the emerald into a drop shape and reducing its weight by a whopping 30%, a major fall from grace for the necklace, as it was all set to be in the hands of private collectors from across the world. See, that's the fate of this emerald necklace, Spinel and diamond brooch. Made for Catherine the Great in the middle of the 18th century, the Spinel and diamond brooch is one of the most dramatic jewelry pieces in her collection. The brooch features a large spinel that is often mistaken with a ruby due to its bright, vibrant red color, surrounded by a halo of diamonds. Spinel was believed to be a rare and valuable gemstone during her time, and many myths and legends were associated with this gemstone, as some believed the stone had the power to communicate with higher powers and has the ability to restore energy. Well, the stories don't end here. In Vietnamese folklore, Spinel is said to be the tear of the moon goddess that turned into gems when they touched Earth. Interesting, right? Well, Catherine surely knew all these myths and legends about this gemstone, and that's the reason she wore the Spinel and diamond brooch during high-profile events, as this was not only the mark of her mysteriously powerful nature, but also the perfect reflection of her wealth. The Empress hired foreign jewelers to make this amazing brooch, and there are stories that she even gave these jewelers a 6-year contract after they presented her with this brooch. Emerald Cameo. It's emerald everywhere in the collection of Catherine the Great. We know we've already covered a variety of emerald jewelry pieces from her treasures, but that's how much her treasure was filled with emeralds. Some say that the reason Catherine had so many emeralds was due to their ability to cure diseases and the power to keep their wearer calm in some of the most tense situations. Well, only Catherine knows her secret behind owning some of the most extraordinary pieces of emeralds in her collection. The Emerald Cameo is the most special piece of jewelry for anyone who's in love with her reign and bold personality, as this gemstone is actually a portrait of herself carved on a Colombian emerald in the 18th century. Imagine finding a gemstone with a portrait of one of the most powerful rulers in Russian royal history. Wouldn't it be worth millions of dollars? Well, that's right. But the Emerald Cameo is a jewelry piece that's not for sale. The cameo was carved by hand and is a masterpiece that reflects the highly refined skills of the Russian gemstone carver of that time. It's interesting to know that the oval cameo was carved on a 2-layered stone, one being the emerald and the other a rare onyx, a perfect blend of history, mystery, and luxury. These were the precious jewelry pieces once owned by Catherine the Great. Hope you found them interesting. See you soon as more exquisite jewelry is coming your way.